So we are almost ready to do a unit conversion. First, I want to clarify how to get a conversion ratio. So a conversion ratio just expresses the relationship between different units. So imagine, for example, 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. So you simply take that kind of conversion relationship and you express it as a ratio. So in the last video, we looked at the conversion chart and we wrote down 10 to the negative 2 centi. Using a trick that I showed, we eventually figured out that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. And if you're not sure how we went from this point to here, you should go back and rewatch that video. So now we know the relationship between these two units. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So to make a conversion ratio, this is a one-step process. I'm actually going to say create, write them as a fraction. Fraction of each other. So let's just create a simple fraction. 1 meters over 100 centimeters. It's that simple. One-step process. So now we've completed the last part of this process before we can get to unit conversion. So we're ready for unit conversion. So here it is. It's 5 steps. And this camera is tripping out. Alright. Step number 1, identify what you are converting from and converting to. Step number 2, next identify the conversion ratio. Step number 3, multiply the original unit by a conversion ratio. Step number 4, cancel units. Step number 5, multiply the numbers. So let's illustrate that here. See if I can do it on the side. No luck there. So step number 1, I'll give you guys the problem. I'll give it to you. 1 meter equals how many centimeters? What percent we don't know. So we did step 1, we identified and wrote what we are converting from and converting to. Step 2, identify the conversion ratio. We already said 1 meter over 100 centimeters. Okay. Step number 3 was multiply the original unit by a conversion ratio. It's right here if you don't believe me. Step number 3, here's the original unit, 1 meter. We're going to multiply it by the conversion ratio, which is right here. But we have to make sure we do something special. We want meters, or whatever unit it's given to us in, we want it to cancel out so that we're left with just centimeters. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for centimeters. So I'm going to actually turn this fraction over and write 100 centimeters over 1 meter. Now, as you can see, these are going to cross out. You just have meters divided by meters. Anything divided by itself is just 1. These are gone. So it's 1 times 100 centimeters, which is just 100 centimeters. And there's our answer. Now, more realistically, you'll be given something like, oh, convert 10 centimeters 10 meters into how many centimeters. So we're going to follow the same process. Step number 1, we identified and wrote what we were given, what we were converting from, and what we were converting to, centimeters. Step number 2, identify the conversion ratio. We already have it right here. It's 1 meter over 100 centimeters. It doesn't matter with the order of how you write this, as we just showed in the last problem. Step number 3, multiply the original unit by a conversion ratio. Here's the original unit, meters. We need to multiply by the conversion ratio. Once again, we're going to do it in a way that makes our life easy, canceling out units. We're rewriting this ratio in a way that accommodates what we want, which is for these to cross out. We're writing it 100 centimeters over 1 meter. Now these numbers cross out, and it's just 10 times 100 centimeters. It's just 1,000 centimeters. 1,000 centimeters is equal to 10 meters. And that's our answer. So following these 5 steps will lead you to success. You won't always have the conversion ratio memorized, so you might have to follow that process that I showed in the last video by looking at a conversion chart. So it's straightforward as that. That's the process. Using these steps, you'll be able to solve any problem involving unit conversion.